Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, show me love. Where there is injury, pardon. When there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light.
I needed a watch, so I bought my graduation present. A Gruen very thin wristwatch that I think I gave $65 for. And I started wearing it, and so I had this watch with me. And thick crystals were popular in them days, but they weren't this thick. So I needed one that was all scratched up in my crystal, so I took a piece of glass that came out of a B-17, and I made a crystal for it. And while we were there, though, I don't know how many times I hocked this watch for about $30, $35. There's a couple of guys that we went to town, and we'd spend a day in town, and you could spend and eat pretty good for $6, $7 for a day or two. And I would give them, when we didn't have any money, I'd hock this watch at a hock shop, and we'd divide the money up. And so I went on to Las Vegas and was in gunnery school flying in B-17. And about 2 weeks after I got there, I was in the barracks, and some guy come to the front door and hollered, "Windham," called my name. So I hollered, "Yeah, and there was this guy that was supposed to have got my watch, and sure enough, he did. He said, "Windham." I said, "Yeah, here I am." He said, "I got your watch." I says, "That ain't my watch anymore." He says, "If you got it out, it's yours." I says, "I ain't got no money now to even get it back." He said, "You don't need none." I says, "We had too much fun on that watch to, it's yours." He says, "You deserve it. You take it back." So he made me take it. And that was fine. And on our 17th of October, 1944, and we were shot down, and our co-pilot was killed, and our navigator was killed, and all engines were shut out on our airplane. And we was trying to make it back to the base by gliding out, our pilot. And he just made a dive towards the Allied lines, and we thought we'd made it. It was foggy and misty, rainy, and we went down. I don't know how he got us down, but he got us down, and we landed, crash landed, and we all survived. It was still alive. And we were taken prisoners by the Germans. We landed right in the line, you might say. And when they took me to Frankfurt, it was the interrogation center, and of course they took my watch away from me. And I said, "Well, that takes care of that." And I was there interrogation for about 2 or 3 days. They put me in solitary, and I stayed for a day or two, and then they shipped me from there to Stalag Luft 4 at Kiefide, way over in nearly Warsaw, Poland. And when I got there, my watch was taken away from me again. So I said, "Well, take it away from me. I kiss it goodbye, I guess." And so in a couple of weeks, they gave it back to me. And then we stayed there about 3 months. And the Russians were coming and advancing, so they was going to move us to back in Germany. And it was about 3,000 of us put on a freight train in boxcars, and the little boxcar wasn't no longer from this well, about 30 foot long, I guess. And they had about 60 of us in there, and we couldn't even lay down or sit down or nothing, hardly. We was on that freight train for 8 days and nights. And when we got to Barth, they took my watch away from me again. And I stayed there about 3 months, and before that, so they gave it back to me, and I got my watch back, and it's a pretty good souvenir for me. It's still like it was when I wore it over there and everything. And it's on time. It's got about 10 minutes to 11. Yep, that's right. Check it out. Some days we'll meet again in God's own country to recall the days when we're a criggy. We'll whine and we'll dine to our heart's content and sing God Bless America for all that it's meant. So here's to the boys, some of the best from all over the nation, north, south, east, and west. I salute them all till we meet again. God bless everyone. 16 real men.